只要眼睛够尖，脑子够快，每天都能找到好新闻。
Wrapping up my life right now, Loki has me in shambles, top 10 at night betrayals. What the fuck, Saber? Did you just come in here? I literally just opened up my stream on my laptop. What the fuck? Unless if that was like messages from way back when. What in the world? Alright, Saber's probably... I don't know if... Is it... I haven't posted the links in chat yet. What the fuck? Bro. Where do you come from, man? Bro. When did you even send this? Alright, let's get here. We are going to the Ordo. Okay. My internet is a little bit choppy right now. Let's see how this thing holds up. Let's set up a good... Alright. Commissions team, let's go for the free play. So let's do... You know what? Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Especially when I just... Oh shit, wait, hold on. Let me ascend Charlotte real quick. Where's my water? Let's get ourselves some crystals. Just need one of these. We should be good. Alright, let's send you.
你之前也用这种方式帮过其他人吗？所用的材料有什么不同？还有，不好意思，又犯职业病了。
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't level any of her stuff up because she uses Justice. And guess who else uses Justice? So... Okay, no Twitter for me, I guess. Every time I open the app, the stream pauses. Wait, really? Are you suffering in the internetage as well? Oh my god. Just use it on your phone, you're good. Or just put the stream on 360p. You can't really tell the difference between that and 720p anyway, because you have a triple monitor set up. Stream pauses when another video plays, and if that counts, Twitter autoplay. Wow, what horrible fucking design. What fucking browser do you use? I never had that happen with me. Actually, let me try that. Hold on. Make sure I don't. Let me make sure I don't play any. Oh, you're on a tablet. Oh, okay. MB. All right. Anyway. Back we go. I fucking love middle scenes. Yeah, I know, dude. I still can't get over Sadine. Sadine is so cute. Alright. Talk to Caterpillar when you're ready. Alright. Oh, this is heavy spoilers for you, by the way. So, this is the final arc of the stuff that you're doing right now. But, you're gonna start. Alright, by the way, nothing is voiced, so I'm gonna read everything. I've been doing this for all 3 parts, so let's do it. So I got water. Alright. All these motherfuckers need constitutional protection of the highest order. That's what New Villette has, man. New Villette literally threatens you if you threaten a Melitine. This quest also directly spoils the main quest. Did you just start the 4.2 section of this quest? Yes. I literally just walked into the Ordo right now. I did finish the whole like fairy thing with passive to get the flowers, but otherwise I haven't done anything other than that. Night Lynette with 2 N's. Paimon, you're back. You bet we are. Have you found anything new in the meantime? Mr. Caterpillar and I have been doing some research, and we've discovered that Seymour doesn't, in fact, have an annihilation mode. Following data fragment sorting, this phrase was found to have been derived from the novel Prisoner 6 Overrun. In that book, the World Organization launched a mass annihilation agent to hunt a chimera down. That's not important. Apart from using our free time to go out and investigate, we've also read through the books collected here one more time. We couldn't make heads or tails of them at first, and even now, well, they are certainly well written. I don't know whose handwriting it is or what scribe or copyist was hired, but their penmanship is clear and clearly beautiful. Master of calligraphy I've ever seen one. So you were talking about the handwriting. Come on. Did you not find anything during this time then? Fine. I shan't jest any further. As you know, we told all of you that we found we told you all that we found the last time without holding anything back. However, I feel that this time there are some clues hidden in the details that we must rely on chance to reveal. Indeed. For example, if no further revelations concerning a murder emerge and the blood on the painting wall has remained a red smear, then what will this chance be? Well, why don't we do a quick recap of everything we've discovered? Let's make some deductions regarding what happened in the past that might give us the opportunity to fill in some gaps that can help us support or refute our views. That's a good idea. I've always felt like there's so much in this that's familiar, but I can't recall anything of it. Negative. I have click out the resources where it's sorted. Silly dog. Don't you only recover your creator's name after like talking to us for hours? Why do churls talk so fancily? Did. Would you rather go, well, I shan't jest any further. I shall reveal to you the true meaning of my words, or, yeah! Actually, maybe the latter, because the latter is kind of fun. I can be your Hydro Archon or your Hilichurl. just kidding. I must also avert that dual keyword searches makes searching for entries more efficient. So what do we want to discuss? Well, for a bit of warm-up or a teaser, if you would, you must be referring to a heater. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. So let's start off with our deductions with something simple. What is the Marianne? I keep saying, I want to say Marianne, but I know that's not the way you should say it. So I'll try to fix it, but I always like saying Marianne. Like Asta, but it's supposed to be Asta. It's supposed to be, I say Clara, but it's supposed to be Clara. Like, fuck. What is with me? Turns out all trolls talk like this, we just can't understand it, dude. It's like the pitch where dogs, it's like the, like, so high in the frequency that only dogs can hear it. Huh? That Mary Ann holds the greatest secret of all. I'm sure you can see that too. Let's get ourselves some armchairs, maybe crack open a few beers. No, not the crack open the cold one. Oh wait, you can't drink yet. Anyway, let us help you sort our findings out. I can drink if I want to. Fuck you. I'll start first. Well, the name Mary Ann itself certainly is familiar to me. The name of the person I'm meant to protect is Mary Ann, yes, but I have no data regarding the identity of the one that resides within the Anabasis. We are missing context. I can only conclude based on the human's unmodified lifespan that they are not the same person. That would seem to be the case. It would be only a few hundred years after all. Well, as for Pylon, she ate chicken mushroom skewer this morning? Well, I guess it's my turn. You mentioned before that you encountered oceanid creatures. I'm saying it as the game wants it to. I want to say oceanid, but I've heard it enough. I kind of want to say oceanid, or is at least oceanid, with the little weird like in there. One might say personality even. The precondition for such creatures and their characters is the same, that an intelligent oceanid has already understood their original forms beforehand. So, were you the one who willed those creatures into being, Anne? Don't you think that's kind of weird? You know, summoning familiar friends to play house with you? Listen, we have another person that does that because they were so fucking lonely. Their kit is literally summoning imaginary friends. Well, I didn't do that. I actually had to get to know Petitia, Al, and the others first. Well then, in that case, let's see what we could deduce from the things we already know. Let's begin. Huh? It's already starting? Chicken mushroom skewer. At the risk of missing major plot twists or important shadowing, I don't think this is related to Anne's background. The name Mary Ann. Oh, it literally deletes it. Oh. Anne said the name sounded familiar. I should ask her about it. Something slipped in mind. To see more, she is someone that he must protect. Either way, ordinary humans don't live that long. It's been several hundred years, so they're probably not the same person. Right? Also, hold on. Let me check. Do I want to put cam on today? Hold on. Does my ugly mug need to grace the internet today? Let me check. I propped up the camera, like, all the way over there. Oh, come on. Move. There we go. Make sure there's no, like... Oh, there's a gun here. One sec. I just have a fucking gat just sitting here on my windowsill. I should probably take that off. Alright. Okay. I'll keep the camera, but let me go a little bit smaller. Tiny little... Return to 30-30 cam? Let me see if it actually is 30-30. Hold on. It is... No, I can turn it a little bit too low. There we go. Because, like, there's empty space here, and I need to sit, like, right here. So I guess you can see me rub my nipples, like, all the time. Let's go. The Mary Ann and Anapasis. The Mary Ann in Anapasis seems very mysterious. We once suspected that Anne was a character from her dreams. Anne is a small oceanid. She didn't create the oceanid creatures in Anapasis. Speaking of, just how do oceanids reproduce again? I don't know. The oceanid creatures in Anapasis. Is that how you say it? Anapasis? Anapau? Important question. Yes, I'm waiting. Oceanids are sentient creatures unique to Fontaine, and they create oceanid creatures through mimicry and transformation. I remember all the strange and wonderful oceanid creatures we saw before we met Mary Ann. Okay. I hate all the America jokes with Fontaine. They did it to themselves, man. It's almost certain that there's an oceanid and Anapasis controlling everything. Who can she be? Motherfucker, who do you think invented those guns? I don't know. I can even reload it if I wanted to. Alright. Associate that with the ocean, of course. Oh! Oh shit. The enigmatic Mary Ann, who has the same name as Seymour's owner and who seems to know everything. Even if she is not an Oceanid, she probably is related to the Oceanid behind all of this. Well, there you go. That's enough for now. More than enough for our warm-up. I'm gonna put it on auto. Correct. The oddities of Anapausis all point to the powers of Oceanids. But this is not Miss Ann's doing. All this together means... there's another Oceanid in Anapausis. I bet so. Should be. This is what I suspect. An Oceanid with whom Marianne has a close relationship with. Or maybe perhaps she could even be the princess herself. Do you mean to say that Mary Ann may in fact be Princess Lyris? Yes, Lyris, the Red Empress of the Ordo from back then, the Red Empress who loves to take heads. Take heads? I seem to have a vague recollection of something like that. But it's not about this. It's not a story about Lyris, rather it's a fairy tale about someone named Mary Ann. Yes, the taking heads thing is just a metaphor. Lyris is made of pure water and still has the ability to dissolve and extract people's wills. Is the lore from this quest Egeria era or Fossilore era? The Research Institute was founded with Farina, I think, because during the quest, when we were looking back into her memories, she was summoning help from the Research Institute, I think. Oh, is it Egeria era? My bad. Unless if I'm wrong, right? Actually, no, yeah, you're right. It should be Egeria era, now that I think about it. Because probably these institutes were already put in place, so. The Narzissenkreuz Ordo used her to extract the ego and become holy. Searching for the keyword Lyris has yielded relevant information in my indices. Talking of the Red Empress reminded me of a few things about Marianne. Mull that over for a while first, and then speak to Miss Ann and Seymour. See if the conclusion you reach awakens any new memories. Sure. Okay. Also, my Farina is not fair right now. Even though that, I think they're all cursed with like a small smear of like garbage. Because they all rolled once into something bad, or twice. So for example, the flower rolled once into attack. This one rolled once into defense. This one rolled once into attack. And this one twice into defense. But it started out, I believe, with all the stats here, so it's okay. And this one rolled once into defense. So my Farina right now, if I were to ascend all the way up, she would have a 58.4 to 200 ratio. And she has Wolfang, so she just gets more crit rate. Dude, unfair. Actually unfair. I actually can't believe it. All these pieces came from Abyss too. I never actually farmed it much, so I don't know how the hell this managed to roll this well. Maybe it was all the flashy dancing I did. Insane build, I know. And I realized that what's my ER? 126.6, and she has a 60 energy cost, which isn't too bad. And if I really wanted some extra ER, I could replace this with this. So I can have like 130%. So I have reduced crit damage, but I have some extra ER and extra crit rate. So I can swap between the two in case if I don't have any battery. It's actually unfair. I don't know how the hell this managed to roll this well. And she scales HP so well. When I went from level 70 to 80, she gained like just 7,000 HP for free. Alright, let's talk to Seymour. Shall summarize the entries regarding Laris's I possess for you too. Thank you. Please do. Omitting the standard citation format, reconstructing output to match format, report to superiors. Lyris is a registered Oceanid. She is not eligible to be stationed in the waters outside Fontaine and has become a special source of information for the nation. She was appointed as the director of an orphanage to symbolize the love and affection of the previous Hydra Archon. The orphanage's affairs were mainly managed by its human vice director. An orphanage director, then how is she connected to the Narzissenkreuz Ordo? As director, Lyris was very affectionate towards the children and quite devoted to them, but her intelligence among Oceanids was below average. Damn! You just categorically called her stupid. She wasn't very good at working out the cause and effect of things, nor could she even count. What? Okay, as a result, she was not qualified to perform covert investigations. Oh, sounds like a bit old cat mom who can't count. You know, because cats can't count, so they pick up their kittens one by one and keep going back until they see there aren't any kittens left. Later, the orphanage was destroyed during the calamity, and official records of her stopped there. They say that she failed to understand the link between the disaster, the orphans fleeing, and her own conduct, so she wanders the ruins, drowning in guilt and expectation. I have an underwater locomotion module. Once, Marianne and I dove down to the ruins of the orphanage, whose coordinates were the same as those of Anapostis. There, we found an Oceanid swimming sadly in circles. When she next appeared in the record, she was a core member of the Narzissenkreuz Ordo and is subject of a high-priority arrest warrant. But she doesn't sound like a bad person. Considering that she may be connected to Anne, she must have been tricked, maybe. Yeah. There's another important piece of information worth noting. The orphanage name was the Narzissenkreuz Institute. These are all Marsu's phantom files that Miss Ellen Guillotine recorded for the testing light sensitivity while designing me. The output is via my image-to-text-to-speech model. According to the eyewitness testimony regarding who I would suspect to be Lyris, there shouldn't be any problems. And you may have heard of this elsewhere, but it's worth mentioning again. Elaine and Marianne were orphans in the care of Narzissenkreuz Institute before the Marsu's hunter, Emmanuel Guillotin, took them in. Thank you, Seymour. Don't mention it, noble madam. Does she actually want Hydra Goblet, or she want HP? That's fine. I think I have HP Goblets. I think I have way too many HP Goblets, actually. Hold on. Let's see which cracked... Hey, how about this one? how about this one? Or maybe this one? Or maybe this one? Maybe that one? I have so many HP Goblets that are just cracked out the ass, dude. Look at these. Do I have any other ones? Let me see. This one gives me crit rates. This one 2 attack. Dory? This one is on her right now, but I don't need. This one is just horrible. But I mean, it all rolled in HP anyway, so. Let me see. Do I have another one that do I have anyone that have like no dead stats? No flat stats at least? No. I can I'll roll one of them later, I guess. All right. Let me ascend this one, by the way. Cool. All right. How about you, Anne? Don't tell Kibo about this girl. Who girl? What? Knight Lynette. I remember the main Marianne. Oh, do tell. It's familiar to me because it's from a children's story, the same one that the Red Empress comes from. The female lead, Liddell, was mistaken for Marianne, the servant, and Marianne never appeared throughout the entire story. Maybe Marianne never really existed, except as a figment in someone's dreams. How do you know about this story, Anne? And isn't that a good question? How do I know about it? The memory feels more vivid. It's like driving. The memory feels more vivid than those that I have of the story of the evil dragon, Narcissus. Yes. Oh! Oh! Paimon feels like you've changed a lot since we met in the Fortress of Meropide, Caterpillar. Would a 5-year-old child and a 15-year-old teenager be the same? Perhaps returning here simply reminds me of the past, of who I used to be. Time is frozen in the fortress. Being locked up there for a day or 100 years, I'm afraid it made no difference to me. Lenoa is what made time flow for me. Watching her grow reminded me that time still passes and life is still being born, shining brilliantly, and then being extinguished. And so I changed as well. That said, my past self, the person I was before I met her, would certainly be more helpful to Anne and Seymour in our current situation. It's true. Don't be like that, Paimon. Just think about it. Making up stories for Lenoir was nothing more than putting such ways of thinking to good use. Regardless, it has nothing to do with the current situation. You look like you have questions. Lynette with 2 N's. Since we have our suspicions about Anne and Lyris's relationship, we have topics of discussion that can be used to refute or sustain those conjectures. Well, how do oceanids fuck? I'm sure you have friends more knowledgeable than I am regarding that. Perhaps you can find some scholars of natural philosophy who have dedicated research to that question. Or you could have asked the Oceanids, personally, but you asked me. Of course, I know what you mean, so this is your speculation? I see. When we exchanged information earlier, Lynette with 2 N's mentioned that Anne is the person in Marianne's dream. Or perhaps she might be a manifestation of Marianne. An Oceanid. Oceanid. Why the reputation? Are you just trying to make it sound cuter? Apologies, perhaps my description was ill done. Still, can an Oceanid create an Oceanid creature version of an Oceanid? That's a good question, actually. Wow, that's deep. That's like asking if hard candies can be used after the filler for another hard candy. So, what would you say to that? This question is really interesting, but Paimon's really hungry for answers. I suppose so. Still, you may not realize just how deep this rabbit hole goes, so let me explain. Do tell. You might be confused as to why there are Oceanid creatures with personalities in the Anabuses. If Oceanids can create Oceanid creatures, then can they create Oceanid humans or Oceanid... Yes! Yes, they can. Oceanid convention dictates that it's rare for oceans to be able to make a human, unless the human drowns in their arms. Or Oceanus... Fox, does that mean that the entire anniversary event we were talking with a literal dead chick? I don't know how... I don't know if the Spring Fairy has talked enough with other chicks to have learned them that well. What the fuck? And the Ocean in question must also have tremendous wisdom and compassion. I'm afraid only one as powerful as Rodea could do it. Oh! Hey, that's a name drop. It's Rodea. Damn. Look at that. So that's confirmed Rodea is extremely powerful. Wow, so that means Idea must also be incredibly strong. So it's rare to mimic humans, but not impossible. Now creating another Oceanid, that's different. Creating humans using human knowledge can only be achieved by gods. And the same applies to Oceanids creating Oceanids. It usually should be impossible in this world, at least. Unless this human or Oceanid has already placed themselves above their own kind and attempted such insanity. You mean they thought that they had become a god? That's right. Followers blindly believe in their leaders, who in turn blindly believe in themselves, giving rise to delirium and delusions. I can do what a god can do. Their deeds are not that great after all. A powerful belief is also a powerful will, and magic is a skill that molds reality to your will. Perhaps the descendant hypothesis makes more sense now. Perhaps Mary Ann doesn't consider herself an Oceanid type. Perhaps, it's possible, and quite understandable too. If nothing else, the Lyris I know doesn't have this kind of intelligence, nor would she be this fucking insane. I have some less mainstream ideas about how Oceanids reproduce, but they're not important and we can discuss them later. Alright, good to know. Now let's reorganize the information that everyone just recalled. This might take quite some time and might be somewhat hard on our throats. Alright, I'm ready. So, regarding Elaine's young sister Mary Ann, the Anapus's Mary Ann, the Red Empress Lyris, and then Anne, who's with us, what will our conclusion be? How will we sustain it, and how shall we refute it? Everyone gathers. Is there anything else you feel we should add? As I mentioned before, Mary Ann is not only the princess in Anne's story, but she is also the person I must protect. She is the youngest sister of Alain Guillotin, the one who designed me for AC V07. As for the matters concerning me, I suppose you already know all about the Night Linnet with 2 N's. Speaking of which, didn't we also hear all sorts of stuff when we were in Elinus? Seymour was also damaged during that time. How did it go? Did you think of anything? Well, we have the damage to Seymour and Elinus. That's right, Seymour was damaged inside Elinus, and Mimir's been taking care of him. To my shame, yes. Though I do not have such emotions, you can see it as me having lowered my assessment of myself. And according to Elinus, the battle that occurred within his body ended quite terribly. Evidently, that was the battle that damaged you, and it was an incredibly fierce one. But considering that you were damaged, then your master might have been... Common sense dictates that the fate of Mary Ann Guillotin, the sister of Alain Guillotin, was most likely a grim one. But this world is full of tales of loyal knights who exchanged their lives for a miracle, so you needn't grieve too much, Seymour. Seymour appears to have entered data fragment sorting mode out of pure shock. Dude, imagine scaring a sentient machine so much that they fucking have PTSD. The first Sage of Boor, yes! Yeah. Let's go. But your master, Mary Ann, was an ordinary human being, wasn't she? And the time that passed since that far surpasses the lifespan of any human. How did it go? Did you think of anything? Okay, well, what about the Red Empress Lyris? She was also an important figure in the Ordo, and she is also the other Oceanid involved in the tale apart from Miss Anne. One of the only 2 Oceanids, and we also just agreed that we must believe that there has to be an Oceanid behind Anaposis. But her traits do not match with those of Mary Ann we encountered. Could it be that Lyris's imagination was behind everything, even me? That's unlikely. Seymour mentioned that her intelligence was quite limited, so phantoms of this sort would be quite hard for her, similar to how an author would struggle to write a character more intelligent than themselves. Way to call me out. I wrote a fanfiction about myself when I was in high school. Not fun. I don't want to read it. In fairy tales, the kitten may dream of living their little master, but I fear such things don't happen much in real life. So who is behind all this, and who in the world is that Mary Ann? Okay, and how about the Oceanid? What about me again? We once suspected that you might be the person that Mary Ann dreamed of. So in your view, Mary Ann is the Oceanid behind the curtain, yes? I don't know. Well then, do you find the name Lyris familiar? She is, after all... Oh, you know what? How do you say it? How do you say the name Lyris? This is a 3 out of 5. And you just basically say... Okay, so I've been saying it right. Lyris. Lyris is okay. Okay, cool. If you mean the title The Red Empress, then yes, I do have some impression of it. That's it. The Mary Ann and Anaposis. That makes her our prime suspect then. To be honest, were you using the process of elimination you actually guessed a long time ago? I didn't want to disrespect Anne though. You're right, but you do already have a version of the story in your heart. Your own interpretation, right? If that's the case, then we should go find that Mary Ann and see for ourselves. Please permit me to change the topic for a moment. Does this mean that I shall no longer be able to fulfill my orders to protect Mary Ann? We've worked out this much, and that's the only bit you care about? Well, it may be cruel, but from the moment we discovered that Guillotin's siblings were from centuries ago, it was probably inevitable. Correction. So the conclusion would be that it was my incompetence that exposed Mary Ann to great danger. Do not blame yourself. You have fought to the point of destruction. You have done your part. There is no need to be so pessimistic either, though it is an odd thing to say to a machine. Yeah, it's like pouring Fanta into the sink and then saying, "Sink, you'll get fat if you keep drinking like this." Oh, 4ACV07. I can't believe you remember that. What is it, Mr. Caterpillar? Why use my official designation? We may not have reached any conclusions, but we now know what to do next. Look, there is a Mary Ann in Anapausis 2, and she has close links to the Narzissenkreuz Ordo. My long-term memory module confirms this. As such, there is no need to restore your logic module to factory settings yet. Let's take a step back. We can still go find this Mary Ann. Thank you for your logical troubleshooting and emotional adaptive maintenance. Aww. I think what you said makes sense. It is not yet time to admit defeat and restore myself to my initial settings in order to take on a new mission. That's right, you silly doggy. Let's leave things here for a while then. Once you are ready, we can continue. Why don't we go find this Mary Ann? Let's solve that mystery before tackling the Narzissenkreuz Ordo issue. The fairy tale wonder world. I gather some things happen over there then? Oh, we ran into the immunity-related issues due to the, Night Lynette's hydro-resonance, after all. Paimon still feels like some extraordinary instinct awakened in you after you met Seymour Ann. Is it time to review our responsibilities and apportion blame? I do not think I should be held accountable, for I can only override my protective prerogative moments in great danger. Do not worry, Night Lynette with two N's. We'll make Mary Ann tell us everything this time. Shall we go? Yes! It's been 2 patches. I'm bringing the Archon with me this time. Let's go. Put the gat down. Okay. God, it's so pretty. I haven't been back here in so long. I totally forgot, like, this was so grand. Also, how delayed is my stream? God damn. Okay, my stream's delayed about 20-ish seconds. I'm gonna do the reversion thing. Okay, we should be back. Alright. Alright, so what I did is I lowered the quality a little bit by also reducing... I also swapped off from low latency. I swapped off from low latency to just high quality. So we should have less chops now. Otherwise, it shouldn't happen too bad. I think I might have fucked with the setting and it fucked up the stream a little bit, but I'm willing to correct if need be. Let me see if I can... Let me see. Let me do auto. I'm gonna do it on my own stream on my left and see if I can... Uh-oh. Wow, that does not look good. Wait, why is it so bad now? It was fine. It was fine yesterday. Hold on. Something's not right. I just realized how choppy it is. Oh, shit. Wait, I just realized that I put it on extra low latency for some reason. Oh, God. Wait, I did not... Wait, when did that happen? Did I scroll by accident? Oh, God. Okay. I might need to create a new stream. Okay. One moment. I'm sorry. Oh my god.